Hello, everyone. So the project I'm sharing today is I made a smart scale. One of the things I discovered about being virtual for RC is that the kitchen is virtually around the corner from where I sit all day, and I was starting to get a little too fluffy. So I decided I could either eat healthier or procrastinate by building a tool to eat healthier, but not necessarily eat healthier. So I made this smart scale, and probably the easiest thing to do is just talk about how it works by demonstrating it. So the first thing to talk about is that the scale is not just a regular scale. It is a RS-232 scale that I've hacked a ESP32 IoT board into, much like the smart rain barrel I shared at the very beginning of the batch. But anyways, this scale now sends wirelessly the actual scale reading over to my DigitalOcean droplet server, and then I can use it on the web page. Okay, so then now that we actually have weight readings, what can we do with that? I built this web page in React, and the food database is built in Django. So we can do things like we can make a recipe like bake some cookies. And since I can't actually eat cookies, I've got tomatoes here that will represent our cookie ingredients. So the first thing I'll do is we can add the butter to the recipe. And now you see it's captured the weight. It knows how many points, like Weight Watchers smart points, work well for my brain. And then this actually is the points per gram. And then the left-hand side is some summary stuff I'll talk about at the end. So there's our butter. Just like when we bake, we have to zero the scale between ingredients. So we can add in some sugar, and then we can add in, I don't know, we'll make this like flour. Oh, helps if you spell it right. And I don't know, we'll do one more ingredient. I don't know, salt. Why not? And that's a lot of salt, but okay. Anyways, now that we've composed our recipe, on the left-hand side, we have our summary metrics. So like the total points of the recipe. This is the points per gram weighted average. So like a fairly healthy food is around 0 or 0.01, but like these are cookies, so they're pretty high. And then we can say like, oh, this makes 2 dozen cookies. So then when we type in 24, it tells me how many points per serving it is. The other thing that this was an exercise in was I wanted to work with Auth0 and having protected API endpoints and different users. So I'm right now logged in as an administrator. And so I can, I don't know, edit anything. So like I could make this be, I don't know, 0.1 points or whatever. And when I edit things, I'm editing the admin main database. But if I go ahead and log out, now we no longer necessarily have the scale data. So I'm actually not talking to my personal scale anymore. It's just faking scale data. And then if we go in here, it only has the base administrator things. I can't actually do any editing because I'm not authenticated. And let's see, what's the other cool thing I can show you? So other thing we can do is if I go here and I log in, so I'm just going to be a non-admin user. And now if I try to edit the food, let's say I'm going to make this 1,000 points, but I'm going to hit update, and that's going to fail because this user doesn't actually have the proper permissions. I had it where it was like graying out the buttons, but that seemed to be broken an hour before my demonstration. So I just kind of left it as is, but you can see it didn't actually successfully modify the food because this user doesn't actually have the proper JSON web token authentication to access the food edit endpoint. So I think that's all I have to share about this, and thank you for watching.